Welcome back to physics online class. We are in the discussion of neat applications related to speed of efflux. So in last class also we got some neat applications related to speed of efflux. Then so in today's session, so we'll extend that part. For example, I will take one container here. So in that container I will fill with certain amount of liquid. Then force exerted by the tank we can find out, means horizontal force exerted by the tank when the tank is filled with the liquid, and I will make that to two holes at the opposite side. One hole I will make it at right side upper part, and another one hole will make it at lower part, means at right side we can consider. So if I make two holes, then what's that net force exerted by the tank I have to find out. So we'll discuss that. For example, I will take one container here, right? This is one container. This container is filled with certain amount of liquid, right? I will make that two holes on opposite side. So in this container it is filled with certain amount of liquid, right? If it is filling with certain amount of liquid, means for example, distance from the surface of the liquid to this hole will be x, and distance from that upper hole to that of lower side hole, that will be h, I can consider here, right? Then I have to find out that, for example, what's that force exerted we can find out here. For example, first I will consider that momentum concept here. Momentum imparted to the first hole at the bottom of the hole. This hole is at the top side. Momentum imparted at the bottom of the hole per second we can consider. Per second. Momentum, which is equal to what? Product of mass and velocity. Mass and velocity per second I said. So this momentum will be P1. So mass, shall I take it as density into volume? Volume I can consider as area into length, where area I can consider, area into length, where length we can consider as velocity into time. Per second means time value is 1 second. So velocity into velocity term is there. P1, which is equal to rho into A into V1 square. In the similar way, momentum exerted at the top hole per second. Momentum exerted at top. So top per second. So similarly I can consider as P2, which is equal to rho into A into V2 square, right? Next we shall find out that net force here. Wait a minute. Then net force which is equal to P1 minus of P2 we can consider here, right? F, which is equal to P1 means rho into A V1 square, here rho into A V2 square, rho into A V1 square minus of V2 square, rho into A. Let me fill that V1 value. V is equal to square root of 2g h. Here from that surface of the liquid to this bottom, what's the total height here? X. This distance is h. So h plus of h. So V is equal to square root of 2g h plus of x minus of square root of 2 times of g into x you can consider here, right? For example, F, which is equal to rho into A. So I shall rewrite here square root of 2gh plus of square root of 2gx minus of square root of 2gx. This term will get cancel out here. Then sorry, here square term is there, it will get eliminate here. Square root term will get eliminate here. 2gx minus 2gx will get cancel out. F, which is equal to, so I will rearrange here, rho into A into 2gh, or F which is equal to 2 times of rho gh into A. This is the required expression for force exerted by the container we can consider. So I will take that container, I will make that two hole on opposite side, momentum of the first hole per second and momentum of the second hole, and net force which is equal to P1 minus of P2. After simplification I will get that force exerted by the container we can consider. Next we will discuss about that. For example, so I will take one container, right? So to this container I will make that two holes at the same side, then horizontal range will be same. Look at here. So I will take one container here. That container is filled with the fluid right. For example, I will make that one hole here. This hole is at a distance of h1 from the bottom, right? And I will take that one more hole here. So this hole is at a distance of h2 from the bottom, and total height it will be capital H, right? For example, in this situation the water is coming out from the first hole and water is coming out from the second hole will be same, means horizontal range will be remains same. So horizontal range is same means, so I can consider for first hole velocity of outflow of fluid is V1 and for the second hole is V2 we can consider. Then velocity of outflow, or simply we can consider as speed of efflux, V1 which is equal to square root of 2 times of g, right? So here this distance means total height of the fluid is h, so hole is at a distance of h1, so I will take that remaining height will be h minus of h1, right? So what is the time taken by the fluid to float? Time taken will be S is equal to ut plus half at square. Here S means h1, which is equal to half of g into t square, or time taken which is equal to 2 times of h1 divided by g under root. This I will take it as second one. Similarly for the second hole, V2 I can consider. V2 value will be, right? So V2 which is equal to square root of 2 times of g, h minus of h2, and time t2 will be square root of 2 times of h2 divided by g I can consider, right? Let it be equation 3 and 4. And they mention that horizontal range will be remain same. Horizontal range for the first hole and for the second hole will be same. Horizontal range is same means V1 into T1 which is equal to V2 into T2, right? V1 value is how much? Square root of 2 times of h minus of h1 into square root of 2 times of h1 divided by g, which is equal to square root of 2 times of g, h minus of h2 divided by g, square root of 2 times of h2 divided by z. If I take that squaring on both sides, what happens? 2 times of g into h minus of, right? 1 second. 2 times of g into h1, so it is multiplied by 2h1 by g, and similarly 2 times of g into h minus of 2 into g into h2, right? So sorry, this doesn't involve that g term, and which is equal to 2 times of h2 by g. This term we will make multiply, and again I will simplify here. 2 into 2 4, this g term will get cancelled out. 4 times of h into h1 minus of, so here also again g term will get cancelled out. 4 times of h1 square Here similarly 4 times of h into h2 minus of 4 times of h2 square, right? I will take that 4 times of h into h2 to the left side, 4 times of h1 minus of h2, which is equal to so 4 times of 4 times of this minus of 4 times of h1 square, if it goes to right side means 4 times of h2 square, right? So here 4 will, I will take out common directly here, 4 times of, here 4 term will get cancel out, h which is equal to, so a square minus of b square, a plus b into a minus b, so a plus b into a minus of b. Here this term I will take it into numerator, h1 minus h2 term will get cancel out. Finally capital H which is equal to h1 plus of h2. So capital H value is how much? Capital H which is equal to h1 plus of h2 we can consider. So horizontal range is